Welcome back to Mud, Mods and Beers, and today is a bit of a gear review. So we've had the DX27 rooftop tent for 4 months now, done a few trips in it. So I just thought I'd do a quick review on how quick it is to set up, how quick it is to pack up, how comfy it is, what's cool about it, what's not cool about it, what I like and what I don't like. Let's just put this door down first. Bloody birds decided to use my canopy as a toilet. Anyway, so we've got the integrated ladder built in the back. Our little short legs get up here. It's as easy as opening these up. Let's push it up. Grab this down. Grab our poles. One in there. I find it easier to do it this way than putting it in these bits first. One in that side. Grab that. Another one in this side. And that's it. Ready to camp. What was that? 50 seconds? I don't know. Whatever it was. 50 seconds, 40 seconds. Alright, so here we are up inside. So there's lots of big windows. I've ended up, look, it was comfortable before, but I had it sitting in the shed. So that's the mattress that comes with it. I think it's a 70mm mattress. And underneath it is another, I guess, protection from the floor for, I think that's for mold and moisture and whatnot. But I put that in anyway, just to make it extra comfy. Already had it. These windows all roll up. Really good mesh. We get a few pockets up here, 2 with zips on each side, and then this nice pocket in the middle. Down at the bottom there is a pocket on each side, and then there's a nice power box there, and there's a Siggy lighter and 2 USBs in the middle there. So that's all already wired into the tent. Just have to hook an Anderson on underneath it. Also up in here is a light. One side's white, the other side's yellow to keep the mozzies away. This wasn't glued on real well. I ended up having to put a piece of Velcro on there. This fell off pretty early in the piece. That's the only bad manufacturing thing I can see about this tent so far. The canvas is all nice thick canvas. The midgie screen's decent, lets a lot of breeze through. We used it last weekend up in the Springs where it was cold. I had all the windows zipped up. It was dark, dark, dark inside. So it made sleeping in a bit easier. Plenty of room too. So that's longer than me. I think it's 1400 wide, and it's easily long enough for me. I'm 6'1" or 100 and what am I, 181 centimeters. So it's plenty long, room enough for 2, comfy, carpeted, yeah, easy to set up. There is another panel up here, which I leave open. This apparently is for to keep the condensation down. I did notice last week at the Springs where it was fresh overnight, that when I woke up in the morning it was quite damp inside the tent. That dried out very quickly because I opened the windows up when I woke up, and it dried out before too long. But yeah, I do leave this open now all the time, hot or cold, just to, I think it's for condensation more than anything else. Aside from that, you can keep bedding up in it. I normally have, I don't bother with sleeping bags. I put sheets down here. And a doona, a couple of pillows, whatever else. Normally have some iPad chargers in there or whatever I need to do. And it all just stays up in here the whole time, so there's never any making of beds or worrying about pillows or anything. They all just stay up in here all the time. So couldn't be happier with this. As I say, had it for about 4 months now. Can't fault it, cannot fault it. So let's go outside and see what's around the outside. The windows, obviously the mozzie net mesh closes from the inside, like this. Oops, just hit myself in the face. So that'll close down. I am going to buy a fan for in here in the summer. You can, I see the Bush Company have got a mount for them, one of those Scirocco fans, and you can just mount, just put the fan up when you need it, because it would get quite hot in here, I'd say. But if it does rain of a night time, it doesn't take much. because you can do it from the inside. Pull these doors up as high as you want. You know, you can pull it up to there. Now you can just see my eyes, which is probably good. Or you could go right to the top, but the awning outside keeps a lot of the weather off too. I have slept in it in a couple of heavy nights of weather, and there was no dramas at all. All right, so packing up is probably, well, it's just the setup in reverse really. Kind of take these out first. Put a clock on, we'll see how long this takes. Oh. I just leave those up in there. I don't have to worry too much about that strap because I don't really use it too much. Let's come up here, pull it down, give it a tuck in there. Give it a tuck in there. Done. So while we're up here, so the top of the roof has got these couple of channels here on each side. There is roof bars on them. And I know the Bush Company do sell their own brackets for solar panels. Look, I'd love to get one, but I just haven't yet. I've just got this angle, and I've pop riveted the angle onto this was a King's foldable 200 watt solar panel. I've just made it into a fixed, so I've just took all the hinges and not the hinges, just took everything off it as far as all the handles and that stuff go, and the brackets. Got a bit of angle and pop riveted that on each side, and then pop riveted the angle, more angle in the top and bottom. Put a couple of these channel nuts through it. Job's done. And look, so far working really well. It's certainly keeping up to the batteries inside without any dramas. And I've just run from an Anderson, I've run through a bit of conduit back down under the tent and into the canopy. And the other bit of conduit there you can see is for the power for the rooftop tent. Now while we're here, I'll just show you this. So this is the damage here that was caused when we hit the awning on the tree last week. It bent the awning right back massively, and it's just sort of scuffed the side of the tent a little bit. It still works perfectly. There's zero dramas. It did do a little bit to the top, but not too much. But yeah, that was that. All right, let's go around. We'll show you the Maxtrax. So these are Bush Company awnings too that basically just, again, go into that channel. Super easy to do and hold 4 Maxtrax, and they've been on there the whole time. And look, solid as a rock. We used them last weekend. Easy to get off. There was one drama. Once you take the we did drop one of these washers in the dirt, so we had to hunt around for that for a while. So I'm going to have to try and work out a solution for that. Anyway, all goodly. Loving the the rooftop tent from the Bush canopy. That was easy for me to say. So that is it. That is the Bush Company DX27 rooftop tent. Lots of pros I've just gone through. A few cons. Okay, it is heavy. It's 85 or 90 kilos, and that sits up pretty high in the canopy, so you do feel the center of gravity is higher. It does change things a little bit. You get used to it, but nonetheless, it's still something to take into consideration. It took 4 of us to get it on. I know the Bush Company do their own Z brackets, which mount differently, but I've wanted this as low as I could, so we were able to, the brackets that came with it, we just used. Well, I've got east to west running channels on this canopy, and it mounted really well. It's quite low, which is good, but the tent itself is quite high, so you got to take that into consideration. It's not cheap. It is one of the more expensive ones on the market, but I do believe you get what you pay for. The struts that are on the outside here, they weren't mounted on it. They are inside the box. I guess that's for shipping. So they were a little bit of a mission to put on, and they're starting to rust a little bit. So I'd say I would have to be replacing those in a couple of years. Other than that, look, it's nearly the perfect wood for this canopy. It sits just beautiful. It's just about 10 mils shy on each side, so it's good that way. And fore and aft, look, it's just shy of the tire, and hangs over the cab a little bit. So I wanted it as far forward really as I can, just to keep the weight, well, close to the axles if possible. But look, yeah, really happy with it. I can see me having this for plenty of years to come yet. So would recommend it. All right, thanks for having a watch. Please subscribe and like it. It would really help me out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.